Hello and hi everybody. Welcome to day 5 session. All the students of St. Anthony St. Peters, I want you all to have your textbook, your running notes, your pen, pencil, everything and be ready. Countdown starts. Count 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ready? So before continuing with a new topic, let us recap the previous session. What we studied in the previous session? That in the previous session, we have studied that per capita income is not apt, is not correct. Why? Because it is having too many hidden disparities in it. So it is not the exact method. Who proved this? It is being proved by United Nations Development Program, in which they have given a human development report where it stated that income alone doesn't help in differentiating between whether a country is a rich country or is it is a poor country. So how to know? What are the criteria? They said that money is not important. Yes? Money is not important. Why? Because we have seen in the table 2, country A and country B, where we got 50,000, 50,000. When we found the per capita income, we got each person is earning 10,000 in country A, in country B 10,000. But what we have seen, they are in country B, people who are having only 5,000 per month salary. But what the data says, they are earning 10,000. Is it correct? Wrong. So next, what did I prove with the table 3? I said that we have taken selected states, that is Haryana, Himachal Pradesh and Bihar, where I have proved that they were having a good difference or good income, yes, and good development. But in the 4th table, where I have removed all the hidden mistakes in that and proved that it is not Haryana ranks first, but only Himachal Pradesh ranks first. What are the things? We came to know that it is only due to health facilities, education, people are moving further and there is a development in Himachal Pradesh. So today my topic is why we need to study all these things. Why we need to study all these things? Because already I have told you that we are a citizen of India and we need to know all the things. As a responsible citizen, we need to study, have a good career, develop a career, get a good job, earn a new nice living and comfort our family members, our society, everyone. So we alone cannot live happy. We can live happy with the coexistence of our family members and the community in the society. So now talking about what did I say, that income is important. Then I proved that income is not only important, other things are also important. Why? Because we have studied that money, that is money, what we studied, that money is important, but it cannot buy everything in the world. Like example, you are from a well-to-do family. Now coronavirus is existing. Can you protect yourselves? Be safe. You are a wealthy person, rich person. No? Can you save yourself from this coronavirus? No, you cannot. Then you are having a lot of money. You go to a chemist shop, get all the drugs. Do you have a guarantee that drugs are not adulterated? There is no guarantee. Yes? You are having money. Can you buy a very less sleep? Lot of tensions are there with you. Lot of responsibility is there. You are a big manager, general manager. Total responsibility is there on your head. Can you get a proper sleep? No. Money cannot buy all these things. How it can be done? Yeah, you can buy with the cooperation with others. Like coronavirus is existing in the society. It can be stopped. How? By preventive measures. For that, whose support is required? Your support, my support, government support is required on the whole. Government has to take the responsibility and see for the eradication from our society. For that, we need to just to follow the footsteps and the directions given by the government. So here, then it can be eradicated. Otherwise, it cannot be eradicated. So this public facilities is the most important. My first topic is public facilities. So this public facilities should be provided by the government. So if government is providing, then it is well and good. So before coming to the topic government, what did we say? That everything government, this government has to provide. If anybody is drowning, government has to help them. Prevention, cure, everything government does. Who is government? Actually, we are a part of government. So here, what is important for us? Apart from income, education is important, health also is important. So, in order to help the government, what we need to do as a citizen of India? First, we need to educate ourselves, then bring awareness among the public and help the government as a part of it. So, how you belong to a poor family, you are having lot of interesting studies, but your parents are not able to send you and spend money on your education. Another situation, let's say, where you belong to a well-to-do family, your parents are ready to spend a lot of money, they want to send you to private schools, you are going and you are studying, but you see what happens, there will be a wide disparity. Only few will be educated and the rest will be uneducated. Whatever you want to say, it will not reach them. So it is whose responsibility to bring awareness among the total people? That is government. Government has to spend some of its funds for schoolings by starting new schools and colleges, so that the people who cannot afford also can get the education free of cost. Like we have studied in the previous classes, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, universalization of education, where nursery to 10th class free of education, or least fee is being taken or no fee, and free education is provided to the children. If this is done, then all round education will spread, literacy level will spread ultimately, like what we have seen in the previous table 4, Himachal Pradesh, schooling has developed and literacy rate has increased. In the same way, if government opens health facilities, so in this public facilities, what are the things? In the public facilities, what are the things we come under? First thing is schools. Next comes health. Health means all the hospitals. Health also, health facilities, if it is increased, then people who cannot access, they can go to the government hospitals, public health centers, and they can see that their diseases are being cured and they can be healthy. That also helps in the development of a country. Then apart from that, here public facilities are there, health is there. Apart from that, in our country we have lot of disparities. There are rich people, poor people and poorest people. So it is the responsibility of the government to provide food also for everybody through a system called PDS. PDS means Public Distribution System, under which all the ration shops will work. The people who are having ration cards, like white ration card, below poverty line, white ration card, they will be getting 6 kgs per month per head in a family. So how many members are there? Into 6 kgs, they will be getting that rice from the ration shop. Apart from that, subsidized dal, then tamarind, then turmeric powder, chili powder, salt, some soaps. So it depends upon the area states providing the public ration items to the people living in the state. So this public distribution system also plays a vital role in change and development in the society. The government will take the responsibility of schooling, health, food facilities, then ultimately a country, a state, a district, a place, a colony can be developed. So what we have seen, that income alone is not important. Apart from income, schooling is important, health is important, food is important, and many more other criteria also are important. So for that, who gave this all details to us? That is United Nations Development Program has studied totally thorough about the people, aims, aspiration, their health, wealth, schooling, everything, and given these are also the indicators which help in differentiating a country, whether it is a rich country or it is a poor country. So who gave? That is United Nations Development Program. They have studied thoroughly, made a thorough survey and gave a human development report saying that humans also should be added in the report. Not only income, human beings' aims, aspirations, wills, wishes, their freedom, their sense, everything should be taken in order to differentiate whether a country is a rich country or a poor country. So that report is given by Human Development Report. So they say that income alone is not sufficient, but other criteria are also important. So in this, transportation also will come. In this, many more sanitations also will come. So many things will come under this category. This category of list is unlimited. Never ending. Why? Because all the areas are not developed. Some areas are having transportation facilities, some doesn't have. So in that category, transportation also will come, sanitation also will come. So like that, many more things, indicators have been used by the United Nations Development Program and created a report. So when we talk about education, why about far things? Let us think about our country alone. When we talk about education, we say Kerala is best. They rank first. When we say about food production, we say Indo-Gangetic Plain, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh. These are the areas where production of food grains will be more. Why? Because their Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra basin flows and lot of production is there. So these criteria also help, apart from the income, all these criteria also help us in indicating whether the country is a developed country or not. So with the help of this Human Development Report, they have created a survey over the world and selected certain places. So some data regarding India and the neighboring states. So you can see this is our India. Apart from India, they have taken Sri Lanka. You can see clearly Sri Lanka is a clear drop in the Indian Ocean. Then comes to the Pakistan. This pink color you can see, this is Pakistan. Then you can see here light yellow color, and this is Myanmar. This they have taken into consideration. Then you can see a small India here. It is called as a small brother. We are considered, India is considered as big brother. Bangladesh is considered small brother. So Bangladesh also is counted. Then they have taken Nepal. So they have taken only the neighboring countries. What? India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar. So these countries have been taken in order to study which country is the developed country, which country is lagging behind. Who has done this? That is Human Development Report is being given by United Nations Development Program. It is being collected. So this economists, they have taken these three criteria: per capita income, life expectancy and literacy rate. So who's Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Nepal. So they have taken this total. So it is according to 2017, you will get it in your page number 23. So here you can see Sri Lanka. When we see Sri Lanka, only see the table per capita income. I want everybody to open your and listen to my tone and see in your textbook the data. You can see Sri Lanka is 11,326, India 6,386, Pakistan 5,331, Myanmar 5,567, Bangladesh 3,677, Nepal 2,477. So when we see out of this column which is ranking first, we can say Sri Lanka stands first. Then second who stands second, we are in the category. Okay, least is who? Nepal. In which category? Per capita income. Coming to per capita income means what? Already I told you clearly that per capita income means how it is calculated. Per capita income is denoted by y. I told you already. That is total income of a country divided by population. We will get per capita income. Okay. So total population of Sri Lanka divided by population. Like that each one is calculated and data is given. And we came to know that Sri Lanka ranked first, India ranked second. Coming to the second category, life expectancy. Life expectancy means a person living his life after being born till death. How many years he has lived on this earth? That is life expectancy. जीविता कालम, जिंदगी कितने साल जिया, life expectancy. So how much it is calculated? So it is stated that Sri Lanka is having 75 years, 75.5 some months. India 68 years 8 months. Pakistan 66 years 6 months. Myanmar 66 years 7 months. Bangladesh 72 years 8 months. Nepal 70 years 6 months. So this is the life expectancy of a person. So when we see this column, who ranks first? Sri Lanka ranks first. Second, who ranks? Bangladesh. Yes, second. Third is Nepal. Means it is clear that we are second in per capita income, but our health facilities are not good. Nepal is having much better facilities than us. Then where are we? We are to the third, fourth rank. We are in the first, looking at numerical levels. Second is Bangladesh. Third is Nepal. Fourth is weak. So health facilities are poor. When we came to per capita income, it was better. Then when we started the topic about life expectancy, we are fourth rank. Means health facilities are not good. Coming to literacy rate. Already about the literacy rate also I told you that per capita life expectancy expected life lived by a person. Okay, then next one is what? Literacy. Literacy rate already I told you. A person 7 and above. Yes, a person 7 and above. 7 years and above. Who knows to read and write in any language is considered to be educated person. Why? Because we are living in Telangana. All doesn't know English. They know Telugu, maybe Urdu, or other state, Malayalam, Tamil. So irrespective of the language, a person 7 and above years of age who knows to read and write any language is considered to be a literate, means educated person. So that also when we saw the education level, if we see this table, Myanmar is coming to the first rank. Myanmar is coming to the first rank. Second who is coming? Second is Sri Lanka. Then third is who? Third are we. Third are we. So in this literacy level, we are little better. We are little better. Health facilities we are having, we are lagging. It is clearly proved also during this coronavirus. There is lot of shortage of nurses, then doctors, technicians. Health facilities are very less. So, but in literacy level, we are ranking third. So, seeing these three categories, what are the three categories? Per capita income, life expectancy, literacy. These three criteria they have used. We can say as criteria or indicators. Okay, these are the three are being used in order to give rank. Human development high means index. Okay, so they have given a rank. So in this rank, which is the least one, that becomes first. So 76 means in this table, Sri Lanka occupies first place. Then who comes? We come under second category. Then if we go little more and more, we can see actually some years before actually our rank was 136. Then we came to 130. This is according to 2017. So we are improving. We are improving. So how this awareness is being brought among us? It's only because of education, globalization, having a good relation with the foreign countries, exchanging the views, technology, science and technology, adopting new things. Now you know that we are suffering in this epidemic coronavirus and we are taking vaccine from Russia. It is being made there, we are purchasing from them, and our Indian government, Prime Minister Mr. Modi is making good plan so that vaccination can be provided to everyone and everybody can come out of this epidemic situation. Even KCR is taking steps, our CM of Telangana. Like that, lot of developments are going on. So this move towards development will never stop. It goes on till the life exists on this earth. And this data will be going on changing, and whoever will show more and more interest and spend money for that, lot of improvement can be seen, and ranks also will be changing, which will be taken up by the United Nations Development Program, who prepared the Human Development Report. So they have stated income is not only important, human aims and aspirations, their health, their freedom, their interest also should be added and taken into account for differentiating between a developed country and a underdeveloped country.